Right now, I just need you to get real loose. Get comfortable.
Inquiry week number 2. Inquiry week number 2. So in the first week of inquiry, I went on a bike ride and I looked for science that was all around me, and I hope you guys did the same thing. Whether you went on a walk, bike ride, a stroll, even if you just wandered around your backyard or looked outside a window if like your parents don't really want you to be outside right now. Whatever happened, that's cool. I just wanted you to be in the world and experience and try to look for the science around you, because science is literally in everything. Like I mentioned before, this hat has engineering in it. This is made out of plastic. Where did plastic come from? It was created by some people. Makes it like a science experiment, right? Okay, so the wall behind me, the paint. What's paint? Well, it was created. There's science in that idea. But what we struggled with was the second part. You asked some good questions, but then I asked you to research them using 4 different sources. Friend, the internet, your teacher. I didn't get that many requests from you. I got a bunch, but not 140. So we struggled with research. So I thought we'd take a step back. I wanted to go to the reporting phase, but we're not quite ready for that. We need to go through a research phase. So this week's maybe going to be a little bit lighter for some of you, and that's okay. That's great. Take it easy. For some of you, this is going to be a little bit of a catch-up week. So if you haven't asked questions about the world around you, you can start to do that. Then what I wanted you to do at the end of last inquiry week was come up with questions about your own topic, anything you wanted. And again, some of us struggled with that. So let's look into researching stuff. I put together this assignment where you're going to go look virtually through the Galileo Museum. This thing is really cool. It's in Italy. Now, I wish we could get on a plane and go, but we can't. So we're going to do some research online, virtually, going through the Galileo Museum. First thing I want you to do is click on this link up here, which is going to take you to a website that isn't the museum, but it's got a cool little video on Galileo himself. And he's a pretty interesting scientist. Wasn't recognized basically as being a valid and important person in science till after his death. Now, he came up with a few things before that were kind of acknowledged, but really, that's a harsh deal. A couple hundred years later, then someone says, you know, that was a smart guy. We should have listened to him. Pretty rough. You're going to find some really cool. He was on house arrest for the last part of his life. We're on house arrest now, basically, and we think it sucks for a couple months. Imagine years of being alone in your home. Anyways, I'm getting off track. So go to this website up here. Scroll down a little bit. You're going to find a YouTube video, answer a few questions. That's the easy part. Then what I'd like you to do is on that website that you're on, you're going to look for this little section. I took a picture of it and it says Museo Galileo. Look for that. Okay? Click on it. It's a link that will send you to information or the actual museum website. Now, you can start with these questions to warm you up. What did the word telescope come from? Pretty tricky. What are 2 types of telescopes? Because there's 2 kinds out there. And then up in the corner, you're going to see this. Because when you go to the website, Museo Galileo, it's going to be in Italian. If you can read Italian, just do the assignment. Don't even bother clicking on this. But if you can't read Italian, like I can't, actually kind of a weird story. When I was in Italy, this is pretty lame actually, I would answer questions in like French because I thought that was like okay. Or I thought, like, they'd say, so, do you speak Italian in Italian? And I'm like, un petit peu. Like, what was I doing? That was French. They must, like, wanted to smack me. Anyways, click on this little IT button, and it will take you to the actual option of changing it to English, EN, and then you can go about searching through the website. So, let's show you what that looks like. If you go to Safari, this is the first website it will take you to. This is the first website it will take you to. And if I scroll down about halfway, I'm going to find this video after this cool statue, very funky. here's the video you have to watch. It's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds on Galileo Galilei. No big deal. And if you go back up a little bit, you're going to find the link that I just mentioned to Museo Galileo. And I'm going to click on that right now for your benefit, just so you see what happens when I do that. Launches me, boom, to the museum. As I mentioned, I don't understand any of that. I got an idea. That might mean information. That could mean catalog, archive, but that's not really going to help me. So I go over here to IT, English. Boom. Okay, so you're now at this step 4. You're going to go to step 5. Now find this video. This is kind of a cool thing. This video is done in Italian. It's a bunch of school kids going and learning about science in the Galileo Museum. I just want you to tell me what you think they're doing. You just have to watch and observe really closely and then write things down. Again, this is what we struggled with. We struggled with the recording of information and researching it. So I want you to just take a look at the video and see what they're trying to do. Got it? Then we're going to get into some serious research. You're going to research a few different things. And you're going to follow this format in these virtual rooms that the museum actually has. So because of COVID-19 and just because they're a standard museum, they've set up these little exhibits that you can go take a look at and see what's inside them. So if we go back to the webpage, after you've changed it to English, go to museum, go to permanent exhibition. And then you're going to have the option down here to go to the virtual museum. And I'm going to go to the website. Here are the different renderings of what they have. And I want you to go down here to the rooms option. And here are the 18 rooms they have. Now, these aren't the actual rooms, they're renderings or like digital drawings of them. And inside each room is, here's room 10, let's go into that one. It's got a really quick video that explains what's going on inside that room. And then underneath, there are just some descriptions of a bunch of the objects that they will have in that room. So I want you to listen. They're in English, so you shouldn't have any trouble. I want you to listen and I want you to do some recording. So this is where we're like researching something. So we don't know what this stuff is. We're learning about it for the first time. So Roman numeral, or room Roman numeral, if you notice back here. Room X, if you know your Roman numerals, that means 10, but I don't expect you to know that. So you can just write X as the room number. If I go back one step here, see room V111 or room 8. IX is room 9. But you can just write the Roman numeral, which is the combination of those 2 letters after the word room, or 3 letters or 4 letters. Okay? Room, idea or instrument. So if you hear about something in the video that they explain that you think is cool, write it down and tell me what you learned. And if it's one of the instruments, then you can also do that. So click on the instrument, have it explained, and then just tell me what it was and what it was all about. So here's the example. So I go to the, everyone's going to like science of warfare. It sounds really cool. So let's go science of navigation. Here's the video. And then underneath, I might choose, you know what, I'm going to choose nautical atlases is something I'm going to explain to you. So I would say room 5 or room V. The idea or, what word did I use again? Instrument, sorry, was the nautical atlas. I click on that. And I'm just going to explain what it was all about. Or, I found out in 1592, Ferdinando founded in Livorno cartographer workshop, something, anyways, you get the idea. So you're going to use this website to research a few different things. The last thing I'd like you to do is go to the Science at Home section. Science at Home section is one of the rooms, and there's 4 things they kind of talk about. Table clocks, globes, telescopes, disguised as other things, which is really weird. Like, why would someone carry around a telescope? Like, peeping into people's rooms at night, like, hey, he's making a sandwich. I can see him. That would be really creepy. And then a weather barometer. I want you to, like, transfer those old ideas into, like, modern day technology. So what is in your home that we use as, like, a table clock, a globe, a telescope? You can kind of maneuver this a little bit. It doesn't feel like exact, but tell me what you think they use. And then a weather barometer. What do we use nowadays for those kinds of things? This is a little exploration. There's tons to take a look at in this museum. If you want to take a look at other things and you don't want to just go to those, you can take a look at the temporary exhibitions. They're pretty cool. Leonardo da Vinci, very cool dude. Check it out. I just want you to look around. So this is a lighter week, but we struggled with research. So we need to focus on that before we get to the final product of reporting on something. So here's a practice run. Give me your answers. I want them by Friday. You got this. Let's do some exploration. The Museo Galileo.
Grab your loved ones, or grab your love partner. And if you're by yourself, no worries.